so I'm not distracted. Hi guys. Okay, so I want to remain focused. So, what's up? What's up? Why did it start again? No. I'm literally getting so fucking mad. Okay, you know what? That's okay. It's cool. I don't care. Hi guys. It's so weird. Like the microphone works, but I don't. Whatever. I digress. Okay, so hey, what's up? So we're going to be discussing a review as far. Do you guys like the microphone? I'm not really like feeling the headphones, to be quite honest with you, but or anything else in the background, but that's cool. No worries. No worries. I'm not saying you guys are worrying, but my South Node Virgo is worrying, but that's okay. That's okay. So June review. How did the cosmos treat you? I've been super busy. I have not been able to do what I've been wanting to do on YouTube, but I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I just have to do what I have to do, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, with that being said, I want to talk about like how I channeled how the cosmos, we all felt the cosmos back in June. So this is going to be a review. And I'm kind of curious to know if like you guys felt it, like what I channeled, as well as like how I felt it, because I definitely felt Mars in Aries. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to our natal chart, where each planet is, like each house placement, each zodiac sign, it's all for a reason. Like we signed up for this 100%. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Even myself, sometimes I'm like, why? You know, but it's like we just don't remember. But when I first got into astrology and I learned that my Mars wasn't in Aries, I was totally like, what type of horse shit is that? Like, how can I be in Aries and I don't even have my ruler, because Mars is the ruler of Aries, I don't even have that in Aries? Like, that's some bullshit. And I remember being upset about it. And then I actually felt that energy in June. And I gotta be honest with you guys, thank God I don't have that. Like, I know in my heart of hearts, the reason we have each placement in our natal chart is for a specific reason. It's in our fate, it's in our destiny. It is for a very specific reason, for our path and our journey. And I already knew that, but at the same time, I just was like, oh man, like no Mars in Aries, like that would help me manifest better. That would help me move around the world better, you know, whatever. Oh my God, if you guys have Mars in Aries, like in your chart, I mean, this all matters like in regards to degrees and in which house placement. Is it the first house, is it the second house, third house, whatever. Ooh, that hit me like no tomorrow. Like I was ready to fight everybody. Like I was ready to come blazing fire. Like I could definitely not handle Mars in Aries. I could not handle that shit. I don't know how that affected you guys. I don't know if you guys felt like warriors last month, like ready for a fight, but I was ready for a fight. Like I did some things I was not proud of. So yeah, anyway, so let's get to it. So I channeled the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Lilith, Venus, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Mars, Chiron, North Node being in Taurus, and South Node being in Scorpio, because this is the current transit that we're all feeling right now. So yeah, so let's get to it. My notes are a little messy. Sorry if you guys hear any background noise. I may take off these headphones, like I'm really not feeling it, but it's really noisy in this town. I kind of want to remain focused. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing really good. It's summertime. I don't know. Does it feel like summertime for you guys? That's a stupid question, right? What the hell? Hold on. I knew I should have kept that little bookmark thing there. Give me a second. Feel free to fast forward. Just kidding, there's no fast forward. I'm not doing that. All right, so the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon. All right, there's that, but where's the sun? And okay, let's put the pen there. Guys, we're almost there. Just have patience. Just have patience. I'm really not liking this angle. Like, I'm still not liking that. Okay. No, this isn't it. Waka waka. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I'm getting so mad at myself right now. Oh, did I go the opposite way? It was literally on the other page. Like, just flipped it one page. Ooh, okay. So anyway, in June. All right, so the sun energy. What I channeled was looking at the world. What can we conquer? What can we move on? What can we manifest? What needs our action in order to manifest, in order to make it a reality? So the energy I was picking up on, so just in case you guys are not aware, in order to manifest, you need two energies. You need Neptune and Saturn. Neptune is that daydreaming energy. You're creating something in your mind. Something's captured your eyes, your heart, whatever it is, and you're creating it in your mind. You're imagining it. Now you need to act on it in order to make it a reality in the 3D, in Earth. So the energy overall energy that the sun was giving us back in June was thinking and doing and feeling good about it, believing in yourself, seeing so much light, a glow up. Our shadow tries to touch Mercury, but the sun overpowers it. And this is the alchemy of our higher self winning. So for those of you who don't know, Mercury is the son of a bitch. Now, Mercury is that planet that rules our minds, our thinking process. I hope you guys were hearing me. I'm sure, because I feel like this is weird. So let me say it one more time, just in case. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm new to this. The sun energy, hold on, I can't do these headphones. This is not working. I can't. I feel disconnected from the world. This microphone thing doesn't even feel natural. It doesn't feel natural. But I'm gonna make it feel natural because I feel like I remember my thoughts better. So the sun, what did we feel back in June? Looking at the world, what can we conquer? What can we move on? What can we manifest? What needs our action in order to manifest, in order to make a reality? This is Neptune and Saturn energy, because in order to manifest, we have to daydream, we have to create something in our mind, and then from that point, how can we make it a reality? We have to do something, we have to act on it in order to create it in the 3D planes, which is Earth. So there's this thinking and doing and feeling type of energy, and feeling good about it, believing in yourself, and seeing so much light, a glow up, if you will. Our shadow tries to touch Mercury, but the sun overpowers it. This is the alchemy of our higher self winning. So Mercury, for those of you who do not know, this is that planet that rules our mind, our thought process, as well as communicating, speech, talking. So it's almost as if like that devil's advocate type of energy, like you're feeling good. This is exactly what quantum physics is all about. It's like when you try to retrain your brain into thinking positive, especially people who fall into that trap of being depressed or thinking negative instead of positive. It's like you're trying to rewire your brain into having hope and faith, right? But the reason usually those type of people don't want to is because usually they don't want to get their hopes up, right? Because They're used to that type of shit. But the reason that they're used to that is because of law of attraction. They're attracting that shit in because they're kind of manifesting it because they're already expecting it. They're projecting. And those type of people, because I at times am that person, but more times I'm not, which is why I'm able to manifest better things in my life. Not great things all the time, but I am able to manifest good things overall. The reason those types of people are projecting the worst is because it's what they're used to. So even when they think that they're thinking positive thoughts, like, okay, this can happen for me, in the back of their mind, they're really thinking like, okay, what if this fails? Like, what else can I lean on? Just so they really don't get really too bent out of shape, fall down the rabbit hole of depression or being let down or a broken heart type of thing. It's really like self-sabotage, but it's in order to protect yourself, really. Because you're just used to things not going your way. And it's all on purpose. It's meant to be that way in order to encourage you to get out of that, to force you, a karmic lesson, to think better of yourself. Because not everybody does think like that. I think there are a lot of people that do think like that. God damn it. But on what level? I think everybody's different that way. Again, I think degrees matter in the planets. Is it at 2 degrees? Is it 3 degrees? Your Mercury. And what aspects are playing out? Is Mercury squaring Saturn? You know, this means, yeah, you got karma here. You probably think negative. You probably don't believe in yourself half the time. Or you just, again, you think negative, usually. So it means you have to force yourself. Again, there's that forceful energy with Saturn, where you kind of just have to force yourself to thinking positive of others, or life, or that things can work out for you, even when it doesn't look like it can. And it's like when you finally embody that energy, you'll see better things happening for you. And for the people who say bullshit, it's like, no, you just didn't really give it a full chance. You just didn't. And for the things that you felt like you did, it's like those things weren't meant to happen for you. And if you look closely, you'll see why. So yeah, that's the sun energy. So it's like we were beginning to, back in June, because again, this is a review, we were beginning to see the light in something we can touch, something that's obtainable. The moon. Things were shown to us. Things were illuminated from spirit. We learned something about our shadow. I saw us walking in the dark, and light is, what did I write? Sorry. Light is poking out of us. We feel like giants in the forest. I don't know if I wrote parking or poking, if I'm being honest with you guys. Try to work on that. Let me add it to the list. There's no list. Things were shown to us, illuminated from spirit. So I don't know if you guys are picking up on this, but the Cancer energy, which we're still in, because Mercury is in Cancer, I'm pretty positive, which again is our thinking, how we're seeing things. What are we able to tap into? So Cancer is water energy. It's an extremely intuitive energy. It's that crab that's able to dig in, or whatever you want to call it, like tap into the abyss, the ocean. And when you keep going into the ocean, it's super dark, right? Like it's scary dark. And it's like this Cancer energy. And when I say these things, I don't want you guys thinking like all Cancers are intuitive. I know a lot of, no offense if you're a Cancer, but I know a lot of shitty Cancers, right? Just like I know a lot of like Aries people that aren't psychic or intuitive. Like, just apply common sense here when I'm saying this stuff. I'm talking about the cosmos giving us a gift each month with these specific transits. And it's like up to us to tap into the gift that they're giving us. Like, we can either use it or not. We can either deny it or accept it. So I felt a lot of Cancer energy with these things I'm going to talk about. I feel like Spirit is trying to show us, I mean, Spirit's always trying to show us stuff, right? But sometimes Spirit, I feel like, I don't want to say plays tricks on us, but wants us to rethink certain things, because it's like, are these the thoughts you really think? Or is something the way you really think it to be? Think about it again. And here's this specific energy that can help you out see a little more clearly. You know, something like that. Because sometimes I think our mind is made up on things in our life, and we're like, no, this is the way it is, or this is the way our life is supposed to be, or blah, blah, blah. And that is intentional. It's all intentional. Like, you are supposed to think that way, supposed to feel that way in that exact moment in life, with free will, right? Because when you think about these things that happen in our life, when you think back to specific moments, you're having a choice to make. And with free will, you're making it. So I think, excuse you. I think with free will, you guys make it, right? So sometimes certain things come back intentionally from Spirit, you know, just to make you think again, like, hey, was this what you thought? Or was it like this? Was that your ego back then? And now maybe you're a little more mature to see that this is really the answer, or this is what it really was. Like, for example, can you be quiet? Oh, I thought you were crying about him. Come here. Come here. She's so cute. Like, not to get into specifics, but there was like this situation. Stop, Kyla. Regarding, we can just say business. And I would have said, without my gifts, without being in touch with my gifts, that this person may be taking me for a ride. 1000%. And I am the type of person where, because I'm an Aries Mercury as well, like, I respect blunt truths. Like, tell me what it is. Are you doing this because of this? And I would have normally, like, as I get older, I'm learning, especially with business, to speak a specific type of way, you know, to separate the two. You know, don't come at people, speak a certain way. But because of my gifts, they were coming in intuitively, like I was seeing white orbs around this person. And I was just getting all these signs that this person is being honest. Like, please don't. Like, I felt like Spirit was telling me, can you please get down? Like, seriously. I felt like Spirit was telling me, like, please don't do this. Like, please don't have this conversation with this person. Like, you don't need to do this. Don't do this. This isn't what you think. Like, this is what it really is. And no, you can wait. Go away. Stop. I know you guys are thinking I'm super mean, but like, they do this every time I click record because I'm giving the cell phone attention. Stop it. They're both by my feet. So anyway, so my point is with this Cancer energy, because it's definitely like going into July as well, I feel like Cancer energy is really making us more in touch with our intuition. I would be a really good mom. I would just shake the water bottle and the baby would stop crying. So, dear Lord, have mercy on my soul, please. So with the moon energy, because the moon changes every 2 days, right? So I'm not going to get into like how many moons we went through back in June, but the overall energy is what I was channeling. And I feel like throughout June, we were tapping into our intuition overall. And we were being shown things that maybe during other times we wouldn't be able to see. Or we would think it's something else when it's not. So maybe you guys were thinking, feeling or tapping into this as well. Maybe stopping yourself from doing something you would normally do. maybe feeling something like a guide or an angel, whatever it is you guys believe in, is telling you, no, this isn't that. Something like that. All right, Mercury. Learning about yourselves by going within. How to plan, how to communicate. Learning how to get things to come together. I see a door of light opening, and then you're reading something, and I'm seeing you learn about yin yang energy, learning how to better take care of yourself. So I feel like this is all blending in really smoothly for June. Like, I feel like we're seeing things for as they really are, and not what maybe we're trained to think things are based off of experience or based off of ego. I feel like we're feeling motivated to act on our dreams, or we're inspired in some type of way. And at the same time, Mercury, again, ruling how we think, how we process thoughts, how we speak, is coming into balance, because that's what that yin yang energy is. It's shadow and light. You can't just, there's this misconception with becoming a balanced person, or even spirituality, that it's all love and light, and it's like, that is not what it is. In order to get to your light, you need to understand your shadow and accept your shadow, and understand that, like, your shadow's never going to go away. Like, we're here for a reason in this life. Like, unless your intention is to become Buddha, or, you know, I forgot what they're called, but like, I don't know, a spiritual counselor, whatever they're called. Like, you would literally be so hard on yourself or down on yourself all the time for getting angry or mad or sad or having an imbalanced or chaotic moment. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think a majority of the time our energy does need to come to balance. And I really think that's the point of life and this journey and the path. And when you tap into that energy, or you begin to see the signs or the repetitive patterns, that's kind of like the beginning of the awakening, right? So that's the point of these transits within our lifetime that are going on. I feel like that's why we signed up for this specific life, the transits that are going to continue from the day we were born to the day we die. There's something very specific. And if you guys don't feel like you have psychic gifts or intuitive gifts, you can figure things out based off the transits each month, based off of what's part of your journey. That's just my thought process on that. So I feel like you guys somehow, in some way, were learning how to take better care of yourself. So for me personally, like Mercury, I know, like, sometimes I think, like, just like readings, we take those things way too seriously, like word by word, or the card or the imagery, like, and it's like, if those things didn't come true exactly word for word, it's like, you guys think and I'm not saying this is all of you, but I think some of you guys think like, oh, it was fake, or it didn't come true. And it's like, you're not, it's either it didn't happen yet, or, because sometimes the timeline is not accurate. You know, I will say that. But also I think it's the energy. So learning how to better take care of yourself. This doesn't mean that you guys are necessarily reading a book on nutrition. Doesn't mean that you guys are signing up for a gym. Like, maybe when you guys think of learning how to better take care of yourself, some of you are thinking food wise, and some of you guys are thinking mental wise, you know? I think everybody has their own perception of what these things are. And you just gotta think back to if this resonates with you in June. So like, when I think about this, I think, yeah, YouTube for me, like, as much as I want to post videos every day, it's like the quality wouldn't be there, because it's tiring channeling. And as many ideas as I have for different videos, it's like, I'm tired, I can't do it, I have work, you know, and I would love to, but I wouldn't be taking care of myself. And therefore it's like, the messages wouldn't be coming through clearly, and it's like I'm already trying to learn how to communicate the messages in general to you guys. So therefore I'm learning how to better take care of my own priorities in order to do YouTube better. You were working before. Okay, hopefully that works, because I'm doing something a little backwards. Ew, little rolls. That's okay. So yeah, learning how to better take care of ourselves. However, like maybe for you guys this could show up as learning how to say no. That's another thing I've been doing too. I'm like, no, fucking no. And you know, I see that some people are learning to like respect that and other people aren't. So I don't give a fuck, like respect it or don't, not my problem, you know. And that's learning how to better take care of myself in the process. Let's see, learning to get things to come together. Learning how to get things to come together. I see a door of light opening. Okay, so that falls into that same energy of learning how to get things to come together. You're able to do that by having like a more clear mind when you take care of yourself, by making yourself a priority. And also when you don't make yourself a priority, people don't respect you. And then you get pissed at that because you're like, I respect me, but it's like you kind of don't when you're not showing up for yourself, when you're showing up for others. Things were shown to us by the moon, illuminated from spirit. So they were saying that back with moon with Cancer, that things would come back into our mind from the past. I feel like, yeah, that definitely happened for me. And I felt like I was getting downloads about things that I thought were a specific kind of way. It wasn't. It was definitely my ego with specific things talking for me. Or maybe it wasn't just my ego, but it's like I was only shown specific things for a reason, because maybe that's all I could handle back then. Or maybe whatever downloads I got last month, it's like I was ready to accept it last month, whereas maybe I wasn't ready to accept it back then. Because maybe I did get those downloads back then, and maybe I just, I don't know, forgot about it, or just denied it, or I don't know. It just didn't resonate the same. But now it's like kind of hitting me in a way where I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I believe that now. You see what I mean? That's what they were talking about that would happen during full moon in Cancer. Wait, full moon in Cancer or new moon in Cancer? I think new moon in Cancer. I'm sorry. Maybe I've been calling it full moon. I didn't mean to. The sun energy. I feel like, yeah, I definitely resonate with this energy as well. Like being able to see, you know, so the sun is looked at as your higher self, like the potential we have in this life if we work at it. It's like the alchemized version. So if you guys have sun in Taurus, it's like look into that and see what that is, and you can do great things, because if you manifest that energy to its highest good, it's like that energy will work well in this life for you. It will bring in good things for you. So if there's any energies like in your guys' natal chart that like you don't resonate with, or it's like you're kind of working on the lower end, not on the positive end, I would highly suggest you guys work or try to start working on the positive end of these things in order to see better things in your life happen for you. I mean, I don't know what you guys believe in, like if you guys have faith or a religion, whatever it is, but if you just think of it kind of like that, like what do you think whatever it is you guys believe in, God, universe, source, would like expect of you? That's kind of like how I look at it. Like, you know, like it makes sense to me. Like, oh yeah, I kind of like can't act this way even though I would fucking love to. All right, back to the drawing board, finding the rest of my notes. Okay. Can you stay? Okay, definitely have to redo that next time. I don't like this anymore. I'm also hungry. Okay, Venus. What energy did Venus give us? We learned something about ourselves that scared us. Something about our shadow. Not wanting to look, but looking. I saw an alarm clock going off. Higher wisdoms, seeing the light, the tree, our inner child, and how it affects us. So we learned something about ourselves. So I don't know about you guys, but like what I keep picking up on, and I think it continues throughout what I keep channeling, is our shadow. It's like there was this whole like devil's advocate energy, like good cop, bad cop energy coming through in June, like almost being tested, like trying to do the right thing or knowing what's right, but being tempted. Like what I mean by that is like this could be many things, but more like if we want to think positive about ourselves, but then it's like those negative thoughts come in. Remember I was talking about quantum physics before and how it's hard to like stick to that because our brain doesn't like being rewired. It likes to go back to being comfortable, what it's used to. So if you have like this negative thought process about yourself, or if you don't believe in yourself, it just wants to go back to that. It doesn't want to think like, oh, I could do this, or I can shoot for the stars, or I can be a millionaire, or whatever it is you guys like dream about or like really like fantasize about, like, but you guys can. But it's all about Neptune energy and Saturn energy, like daydreaming and then actually like creating a plan and acting on it. You can't just daydream. It would just be a dream. So Venus is not just like your love life. It's also about like what you're in love with in life. Like what are you passionate about? What brings out that Venus energy? What's beautiful in your life? It's all things aesthetic. It's love. It's also money. It's all of that. So what I was channeling was we learned something about ourselves that scared us. Something about our shadow. Not wanting to look, but looking. An alarm clock going off. Higher wisdoms, seeing the light. So again, there is this battle of, I feel like the ego, because it's always the ego that's kind of like that liar. It's a fucking liar, but it feels like it's truth. When anytime we feel negative or like we don't like somebody or we want to fight or we don't like ourselves, that's ego. Like what, again, whatever it is you guys believe in, God, universe, source, like, yeah, do I believe that like if we do something wrong and when our time comes, when we do die, doesn't sound harsh when we die, because we're all gonna die one day, right? Is there a conversation that has to happen with somebody or something? I believe that, yeah. I don't think, and I don't want anybody like getting technical with me. Like I'm not talking about big, serious, karmic things. Like I'm not trying to talk about murder right now or anything tragic. This is not what this is about. This video is not about that. So let's not take it there. I'm trying to talk about smaller sins. Because we all sin. All of us, we all sin. Is there, quote unquote, a price to pay for that? I think so, 100%. But I think the price we pay is like karmically through learning in the next life. Like all the difficulties we have, all the tears we've cried, the pain we felt, I feel like it's related to that, if I'm being honest. And I feel like that's why we all have different journeys. And that's why you can't compare. And I know it's easy to compare. I'm guilty too, but it takes you away from your own journey when you do that. And the truth is, we don't understand why everybody else has a different journey. All right. Oh, wait, there was more to that. Alarm clock going off, higher wisdom, seeing the light, the tree, our inner child and how it affects us. Bart Simpson, wise ass, putting on glasses. Okay. We learned something about ourselves that scared us, something about our shadow. I'm picking up on ego here, that we saw our ego. And we self-reflected in some type of way. Like we caught it. And we knew better. And for whatever reason, this connects with our inner child. All right, moving on. Uranus. Seeing a bridge in your eyes, following your path forcefully. It's nurturing you because you're more in touch with your soul or soul's purpose. Intuitive downloads, meeting and interacting with your galactic family, star seeds, Pleiadians. Your genius comes through and you connected with it. So Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, but so is Saturn, because the original rulers still hold true. So this is why there's this forceful energy, because it's Saturn. This is the strict dad. This is that forceful, like, you know, you're gonna look at it, you know, you gotta do it, you know, I don't know, never mind. Anyway, so what we felt in June was this energy of having to do something. Like we just had to do it. Maybe we didn't want to, right? Because that's what the strict dad does. And at the same time, it's like we know it's the right thing to do. And that's almost why we do it. And that's also why the strict dad does it too, right? If you think about it. Even though the strict dad doesn't know how to hug. It's like an awkward pat on the back, right? And then makes a terrible dad joke. So, intuitive downloads. Okay, this makes sense to me because that is typical Aquarius energy. They're always getting downloads from spirit. This is what makes them different. This is what Aquariuses are known for. This is why they have that loner energy about them. And so we may have gotten downloads from our galactic family, if you guys believe in that stuff. You know, sometimes that's a bit too far-fetched for some people. And when I say meeting, interacting with your galactic family, this could have been happening in our dreams, in our sleep. If this doesn't like resonate with you guys. Or, you know, just like, what is the line? Take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, your genius comes through and you connect with it. So downloads, just ideas. Ideas is what I think of. All right, Neptune, being able to see ourselves more clearly. Really tapping into that divine, feminine, intuitive energy. A lot of light, illuminating, being, feeling protected from the divine, universe, spirit with divine wisdom and seeing it. So a lot of reflecting, I feel like, went on in June. So the divine feminine energy, that's what makes us really well-balanced people, is being able to connect with the divine masculine within us and the divine feminine energy within us. The divine masculine is a focused energy. It is an energy that just knows. It doesn't question, because it's in touch with its divine feminine energy, which is its intuition. Divine masculine energy, when in balance, doesn't question its intuition. It isn't unsure. It isn't skeptical. It doesn't doubt. It just knows. And when you know, you know. There isn't this like paranoia. There isn't this having to double check, triple check. You're calm within because you know. And then when you're in touch with these two energies, and whether they're fully balanced or coming into balance, because the universe, ew, what is that? What is this? Go away, it flies. Sorry. We're working on ourselves. So anyway, the universe always gifts us with more intuition, more downloads, because putting in the work and putting in the effort towards a shift in our energy is hard. It's not easy. And the universe works off of energy. That's why that whole fake it till you make it is accurate. Like, there's some people out there that don't like that, but it's like, it's the fake it till you make it that actually gives you the making it energy. It's like, that's how some people manifest. Like, hello. So when you're balancing these two energies, or when you're trying to, you get more insight. You're more calm because there's just that inner knowing. And therefore you feel protected. You feel safe because of it. Because you know there's something outside of you that's guiding you. Because how else would you know? All right, Saturn. What is that energy we're feeling? June. Wanting to move. Wait, wanting to move? Wanting things in our... What did I write? Hold on. Wanting to move. Wanting things in our life that we're working to move faster. Oh, so wanting to move faster. Wanting things in our life that we're working anyway, we want to control the progress of things. Fruits of our labor. 7 of Pentacles energy in Tarot is what I'm picking up on. We want to heal faster or build faster. I felt 10 of Wands energy. Heaviness with this, like a burden. Wanting to get things done. Committing to something in private, such as goals. Little things to do, such as like a list, like a to-do list. Progress. What are you attracting in your universe? Oh, that's what I wanted to give you an example of. Okay, so I read that wrong. Sorry. So Saturn's energy. There is this energy back in June that we are feeling, wanting to control the progress of things. Things regarding work, things regarding healing. So wanting things, like almost like wanting to see the success of things at a faster rate, which again, I've talked about this before with Saturn. Saturn's energy is in this life what brings us to our fortune. This is that 10th house energy, our career. This is what brings us our livelihood, our money, stability. As long as you go for it in a specific kind of way. It has to be something you're passionate about. It has to be something you put in time. Remember, Saturn is the lord of time. This is your karmic lesson. This is something, it's not a fast turnaround. So I don't remember this specific example, but this astrologer was talking about how this person had Jupiter in a specific aspect, I think with Saturn or their 10th house. And basically this person ended up having this business and it did really well right away. And I don't know if they expanded right away, because again, this is what Jupiter does, right? It expands whatever it touches. But then I think it just expanded too quickly. And that's why the point of Saturn is to make you really value what it is you do in your life. It's to really make you realize the things you're passionate about, so that way it's kind of like that quote, you never work a day in your life. You have to figure out what makes you happy. I think we get so caught up in this life about, because we're a slave to money. We just are. There are some people out there, because of their natal chart, that don't feel this way, and that's like, great, good for you, you know. But a majority of us do feel this way, and this is why it's karmic, and we all feel this on some type of level where, yeah, some of us get there faster than others, but no matter what, there's a battle there. Like when I say a battle, you know, when you think of Saturn, this is the ruler of Capricorn, and I don't know what you call it, but like the imagery for Capricorn is a goat going up the mountain. And even though he's going so slow, because this is earth energy and it's like pentacles and shit, it's like, you know, like, hello, can I get my pentacles already? Like, we're putting in the time, and Saturn's like, a little more, put in a little more, you know, and you're just like, okay. And eventually the goat gets to the top of the mountain and there's success. Now, if you try to speed this up, you'll get there. What? Of course. Always when I'm recording, always. Sorry. So you'll get there, but are you going to be happy? I think we think, again, that's the ego, we will be. But sometimes we're not ready when we get that. Not only are we not ready sometimes, but also it turns out we're not happy doing it. And then it's also not stable. It's just not stable. There is a certain way to go about what we do in this life, and it's very much related to the 10th house energy. And we could try to cheat the system, but you really can't. You're talking about cheating the universe. That's like talking about whatever belief system you guys have, whether it's God, source. You can't cheat that. I've tried. No, but really, like, you can't. That's not how it works. It's just not. So there's something back in June where it's like we're trying to speed it up. And it's like we want to speed it up because it's like it's a burden. It's like heavyweight, something like that. And it could either be work related, it could be money related, it could be something as small as a to-do list. This is what I mean, like getting things done. You guys got to apply common sense when I'm talking about this type of energy, and if it resonates with you. But you guys are, what was coming through is trying to control the progress of things. What did that example have to do with it? The progress. What are you attracting in the universe? I just don't know how it relates to Saturn. Well, we'll see if it comes up in the next thing. Because I do have examples of that, but I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway. All right, let's move on. All right, Mars. Oof. I don't know if you guys were feeling it. Obviously, with these transits, we're always feeling it differently based off of what's in our chart. Like, for example, so Mars is in Aries. So Mars was in Aries for all of us in June, whatever dates it specifically went into effect, you know. But where is Aries in your chart? Is it the first house? Is it the third house? So what I was channeling was dark energy, controlling energy, looking for a fight, feeling a fight is coming, being prepared for it. Guard is up and you're ready. So, yeah. So for those of you who are not aware, so Mars is considered to be like the god of war. This is that Aries energy. So it's like, it's almost amplified because Mars is in Aries. That's how it works with any of these planets that are in its specific energy, like ruler. So it's like if Saturn is in Capricorn, it's like you're gonna feel this energy amplified. If you got Neptune in Pisces, like you're gonna feel it amplified. So you guys, there's no way you could not have been feeling Mars in Aries. Like, I don't care where your Aries is. Like, oh my God. I'm so glad we're out of that because I'm not feeling that way anymore. Wow. I did some things. Also, I felt really masculine, like super masculine. And, you know, Aries is already a masculine energy in general. Mars is a masculine energy. It's very masculine, but like, I don't know, I was feeling really masculine in June. And like I said, I've said this before, like I'll forget what transits are going on. I'll forget things like that because I never want to get like addicted to these things and be like, oh, it's because Mars is in Aries. Like, I don't want to be that person. But however, if I do remember these things randomly, and I'm putting the pieces together, it's definitely connected. It's definitely connected, especially if I'm not normally acting that way. I'm just thinking of something. Like, first of all, so with driving, like, were you guys feeling like extra speedy? Extra speedy Gonzalez? Like, oh my God. I am usually not a fast driver just because I've been in so many car accidents in my life. I'm kind of traumatized from that. So if I'm not following the speed limit, I'm literally maybe going like maybe an extra 10 miles per hour, but I'm usually not going crazy. Like, I'm just not. I was definitely going fast. But not only that, like, anybody who does like stupid things on the road, I usually ignore. I'm just like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Go for it. Cut me off. You're an idiot. So, I haven't been in one of those like car fights in like years because I think what's also in my natal chart is like attracting these type of horrific like situations, like this here, horrific situations where it's not just a fight, like it's like, oh no, like what are we in right now? Like, what is this? So years ago, there was this terrible, I don't even know what to call it, but a car fight, I don't know. And it really traumatized me to the point where I was like, okay, we're never doing that again. Like, I don't even care, because this person was an idiot. Like, this person was a moron. And during this interaction on the road, I realized that this person was crazy, like batshit crazy. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done doing this. And I stopped, you know, what did I even do? This person cut me off and I beeped. Oh my God, I beeped. Oh no, I beeped. And, but you can't beep at a crazy person. Oh no. So this person, even though they were in the wrong, they did one of those things where they cut you off and then it's like they felt entitled to do it. It made no sense. It was like on a busy road and they just cut me off and I beeped. That is literally all I did. And this person pretty much was like a psycho and pretty much telling me like to pull over. And all I was doing was laughing. Like, I was not all, right? But I was just laughing at them. I was like, this person's an idiot. And this person could not get over it. Like, they just couldn't let it go. So it just, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it, but it didn't end well for that person. And I was fine, again, 8th house with Jupiter in it, blessed, because my heart was in the right place. I stopped and they just couldn't let it go. And so ever since then, I was like, people are fucking crazy. You never know who you're beeping at. Like, so with Mars and Aries, I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but I'm gonna be really honest. I got out of my fucking car. Like, I was really fucking angry. This person cut me off, and they did it in the most dickish way possible. Like, the most dickish way possible. Like, they kind of had this, you know, like, the fuck you gonna do type of attitude. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. Yeah, you're right, I'm not. But I just want you to know, like, and it was totally pointless, and I knew it was pointless, and I was trying to explain to them why it was stupid, why they cut me off, because it was extremely dangerous. Like, it was very dangerous. They could have killed themselves, they could have killed me. And their excuse was, their advice to me was, just hit the brakes. It made no fucking sense. It literally made no fucking sense. And this just, like, got me really angry. And I was like, just hit the brakes. Oh, that's all I gotta do. Okay. And then I went a little poopy. And, but, like, smart enough to just stay by my door. Like, I wasn't that crazy, but I still got crazy enough where I was like, what am I doing right now? Like, this is fucking stupid. I can't believe you're doing what you're doing. And so I got back in, and, like, that was it. But I know that was Mars and Aries. Like, I've never done anything stupid like that before. And and it didn't even, like, that was, like, the peak of that type of energy in June, but it didn't stop there. The aggressiveness, it did not stop at all. Like, I felt like, you know, like, I'm kind of, like, joking around right now, but, like, no, like, don't fucking come at me. Don't fucking come at me. And I couldn't believe it. Like, it just wasn't leaving, and there was really, like, no real reason for it. And I thought to myself, thank God I do not have Mars in Aries. Like, holy crap, this is a gift. So I don't know if any of you guys have this, and, you know, again, it depends on the degrees and in which house it would be in, but that was dark. Like, that was not cool. That was not cool at all. Also, talking about feeling masculine, so there was this guy, he came up to me, I forgot where I was at, but it was like this event thing, and he came up to me, he wanted to buy me a drink. I felt so bad for this guy, and I couldn't remember the drink I ordered, and so I went up to the bartender, because I couldn't tell him. He wanted to get me a drink, and I was like, I don't know. And so I went up to the bartender. I was like, what drink am I drinking again? And she told me, and I was like, I'll take one of those. And I look at him, and I was like, what are you drinking? And he was like, but I want to buy you the drink. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, you're getting me the drink. Like, don't worry. But, like, what are you drinking? She wants to, like, totally manhandled the situation. I felt so bad about it because I didn't mean to. It's just the way it was, like, playing out. All because I wanted to know what the drink was. And, like, it didn't end there, though. It just didn't end there. And then we get the drinks, he buys it, and then I found a spot for us to go talk. And I was like, we can go over there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being assertive, but it's like, it just wasn't balanced at all. It was so dominating, but it was natural. It's like I wasn't trying to do any of this, and it wasn't me. It really just wasn't me. I mean, this was not meant to be on any type of level, but And then the way I was like, the conversation, it's just like I was holding it through the whole time. It just felt like I was the guy, and I really felt bad for him. I really felt bad. I was just like, this guy doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if that's how you guys felt with Mars and Aries, but that's definitely how that shit is affecting me, and I'm so glad we're out of that shit. Lilith energy. So being in touch with our intuition and being in touch with the darker side of things, possibly ourselves and others. I was picking up on a paradox. So for those of you who don't know, a paradox is, you know, like less is more. So I was seeing a lion and a bridge in the dark. So the paradox was that there's dark ways to get out of things, but choosing not to. There's strength there. So basically, a paradox is logic based on a falsehood. So it wouldn't be logic to get out of whatever situations you guys may be in by doing something that's not positive. So it's a paradox. And it takes like great strength by choosing like the road less traveled, you know, something like that. And Lilith is in Cancer. So I think we're all going to be really more in touch with this intuitive, in touch with our intuition more so than ever. All right, anything else? Let's see. What is this? Okay. Chiron. Garbage truck. Chiron. Chiron is in Aries. How is it affecting us in June? Seeing something we want to build on. Something to build on upon ourselves and our life. Something we have faith in. Seeing our path in the dark. I was picking up on Jupiter energy. And I feel like this is because Jupiter is in Aries, so maybe there was an aspect with Jupiter and Chiron, I'm not too sure. A huge light is being shined. Something came to light, and it's in regard. No, stop, Christiana. Stop. Stop. No. Sorry. Go away. Go away. Stop. Stop being annoying. Go away. Go. Thank you. Something came to light, and it's in regards to us and our shadow. Again, the shadow comes back up, and it's devil's advocate. Like maybe it's us holding ourselves back by negative thoughts because we see a building, we see a path, we have faith, yet I see this tiny little devil in our left ear. And this is where you guys are seeing the light. You figured out something within the healing process, because Chiron is, you know, the wounded warrior who could not heal himself. So it's like we're trying to learn how to heal ourselves by learning about ourselves. You know, learning about ourselves by going within. Through Aries energy, because Aries energy rules the first house. It's I am, no matter where it is in your chart. So it's kind of like, again, the combination deal. Stop, Oceana, stop, seriously. So again, Chiron and Aries, seeing something we want to build on upon ourselves, in our life, something we have faith in, seeing our path in the dark. A huge light is being shined. Something comes to light, and it's in regards to us and our shadow and devil's advocate. Like maybe it's us holding ourselves back by negative thoughts because we see a building, we see a path, we have faith. yet I see this tiny little devil in your left ear. And this is where you guys are seeing the light. You figured out something within the healing process. So I feel like in June, it's like we realized we're holding ourselves back in some type of way. All right, last but not least, North Node and South Node. North Node is in Taurus, South Node is in Scorpio. These are the current transits. This is like where fate is leading us to. And it's very, very karmic. North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. Taurus is a fixed sign, Scorpio is a fixed sign. It's very heavily related, just like Uranus being in Taurus. Uranus is past life trauma, and it's currently in Taurus, and the ruler of Taurus is Venus. Venus is that higher octave, that unconditional love, of, like, through spirituality. So it's like we're healing karmic relationships, connections right now. And everything feels like we're being forced, like there's no free will. And you'd be right. You'd be fucking right. All right, so North Node in Taurus, what did I channel? Sticky energy, imbalanced energy when it comes to communicating internally, like your internal dialogue. The needle. Why did I say it like that? That was weird. I didn't mean to. So what is it called in Seattle? The Needle? What's that landmark? I think it's the Needle. So I saw that. The Needle is in Seattle. It's moving fast and someone aims an arrow. Aiming high, but too fast, not in moderation. So Taurus energy is about material things because it rules the second house. It doesn't matter where Taurus is in your guys' chart. It could be the third house, fourth house, fifth house, doesn't matter. It's always going to be that combination deal. So the point of Taurus energy is to materialize things in your life. So we're all of us are feeling this on some type of level, to go for our dreams, to go for things. But some of us may be getting a little greedy, or not even just greedy, right? It's also a human experience. Like, how do you not get greedy? It's like natural, you know, just as long as you catch it and then you're like, okay, shit, my bad. Let's be real. North Node and Taurus, it's like there's just an imbalance internally. I think whatever it is we want, whatever it is we're aiming for, it's like Aries energy. We want it now. We want it now. We wanted it yesterday. Whatever that means to you guys. South Node in Scorpio. I channeled the number 8. I channeled Mercury. If I could only channel what I wrote. Something in our mind. Something in our mind. Okay, no, hold on. Next time the notes will be clear. Oh. Mercury energy in our mind and dialogue. Downloads from Neptune and Pluto. So what's funny about this is, with Neptune and Pluto, I believe there's a specific aspect between the two that's been going on like the last 100 years. Don't quote me, but I'm almost positive that's been going on in the cosmos. So whatever that is, between the two planets, we're getting downloads from this, and it's in regards to the South Node being in Scorpio, and obviously the ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. Original ruler is Mars, okay? Transforming the way we see things and think about things. In June, not really getting something karmically, but in time you will. You may on some type of level know what this is or not. And everything feels very karmic. So again, getting downloads, like how is the South Node, like what are we connecting to with the South Node being in Scorpio back in June? Getting downloads from Neptune and Pluto, transforming the way we see things and think about things. Not really getting something karmically, but in time we will. We may on some type of level know this, or we may not, in regards to eventually we will get it within time. Like there's no way we're gonna end this life, like there's no way we're gonna die without not getting like what transpired during this time. Like right now we may not get it. We may be like, why? You know? Everything feels very karmic. Yes, indeed. So yeah, so I feel like the South Node's fucking with our mind. And it's all intentional. It's all intentional, you know, and I keep saying this and I'm always going to say it. The life we're living right now, it's to heal ourselves. It's to heal our wounds. It's to heal our soul. I feel like very specifically, we've gone through some shit. And no, I don't think that's for everybody. I really just don't. I don't care. I feel like my phone's gonna shut off. I think it got really hot or something like that. It's getting all dark, so I'm gonna end this. But yeah, so that's a review for back in June, and that's what I got. I'm gonna do one for July. Okay, so let's see if this works. Hold on. Nope. Okay. Cool. All right, I love it. We're kind of